I have to say up front that it wasn't me that proved this, but some work out of Andrew Huberman's lab at Stanford a couple of years ago around a concept called a physiological sigh. Some people may have heard of it. It has popped up from time to time. But a physiological sigh, I think, was first recognized around 100 years ago. Um, and to be fair, it's been around forever. Dogs will do it. Um, we all do it in our sleep. And when I demonstrate it, you may recognize that we actually do it when we cry. Okay, so when we're in a very emotional state, where we're starting to lose a little bit of control, humans, we will do this naturally without even knowing it. Again, I mentioned before that I have an allergy, so excuse me if this doesn't sound as great as it could across the line. But the physiological sigh has been it's been proven to be better than things like box breathing and meditation for regulating our stress, for I
Okay.
suppose for deregulating that stress response, and primarily it involves a very large breath in, followed by another breath in for whatever you've got left. It's usually a short breath, so two breaths, one big one for whatever's left, and then a very deep, almost forceful exhale. Now, it will look like this. Again, excuse me if something bad comes across the waves, but it's basically. And usually, if you do that once, you will actually feel, the nerve endings in your body just calm a little bit. One
I'm gonna
breath
give this a
is
try.
go for it.
Ah, what I like about that is you think you filled up your lungs, but actually you haven't. And so that extra breath kind of gives it almost a boost. Now, I think it's slightly different when you're faking it, so to speak, but I can recognize it. Yes, when you cry, you
Yeah, yeah. So yes, that's what you'll do when you cry.
yeah,
Right. So
it's that
so you will
that
do it when you cry.
double hiccup almost. How
Yeah.
fascinating.
So a couple of the things that are happening there, out breaths always slow down heart rates. Okay. And there is a link
Okay.
between your heart rate and your brain. And when your heart rate slows, it sends a message to your brain that everything is okay. So that's one thing that is going on inside the
Ah.
brain. If you want to get more adrenaline going, you will do more deeper in breaths and shallower out breaths, right? So in breaths speed up heart rate, out breaths will slow heart rate down, which sends a message to the brain that everything is okay.
I
The,
genuinely didn't know that. And when they do box breathing, it's four, 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 four,
but
four
yeah,
in, four hold, four out, four breathe. That's
correct.
equilibrium breathing. But actually, if you want to calm yourself down, you want to breathe out more. If you
A
want
little bit
to,
more.
that's
So
fascinating.
there's another
Okay.
breathing technique called 4-7-8. So you'll breathe in for 4, hold for 7, and out for 8. Again,
Okay.
to deregulate stress. The good thing about the physiological sigh, you can do it anywhere. One will work. I usually would say if you can do 3 or 4, or
Okay.
maybe 5 or 6, or until the stress starts to really calm down. You can practice it. I do this at lunchtime most days so that my afternoon, so I can just de-stress and
Mm,
start my
mm,
afternoon
mm.
in a better frame of mind. Also, I like to practice it because if you practice something, when you do it, it reminds the brain that this works. So the brain goes, "Oh, I remember this. I just calm down naturally."